A bustling kitchen in a high-end restaurant. The sounds of sizzling pans and clattering dishes fill the air. Jolly, a talented chef in her late 20s, is expertly plating a dish. She's focused and passionate. Jolly, in the world of culinary arts, passion is everything. It's not just about the food, it's about the love you put into it. Enter David, a charming chef in his early 30s with a playful smile. He's new to the restaurant and is immediately drawn to Jolly's energy. David, cheerfully, "Hey there, chef. What's the secret ingredient in that masterpiece?" Jolly, smirking, "If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret anymore." They share a playful banter, hinting at an instant connection. The head chef, Grace, enters and claps her hands to get everyone's attention. Grace, "All right, team. Tonight's menu is ambitious. Let's make magic happen." Jolly, "You're in charge of mains." David, "Desserts. Let's see if you're as sweet as your reputation." David, grinning, "Sweet and irresistible, chef." Jolly rolls her eyes, but smiles despite herself. Later that evening, the kitchen is in full swing. Jolly and David's stations are right next to each other. Their chemistry is electric, but their competitive spirits are even stronger. Jolly, sarcastically, "Your souffle better rise to the occasion, newbie." David, challenging, "And your duck better not be dry, chef." The rest of the kitchen staff exchange amused glances. It's clear that their rivalry is bringing a new energy to the team. After service, the kitchen is quiet. Jolly is cleaning up when she notices David sitting at a corner table, sketching something on a napkin. Jolly, curiously, "What are you doing?" David, showing her, "Redesigning the dessert menu. I've got some ideas for next week's special." Jolly, surprised, "You're not just a pretty face, huh?" David, teasing, "I'll take that as a compliment. What about you? What inspires your cooking?" Jolly, sincerely, "My grandmother. She taught me that food is the best way to tell someone you love them." David smiles, their rivalry momentarily forgotten as they share a genuine moment at a staff event where the chefs are encouraged to showcase their skills. Jolly and David end up competing against each other. Host, "Ladies and gentlemen, it's a battle of flavors. Jolly and David, show us what you've got." Jolly prepares an intricate savory dish, while David creates an elaborate dessert. Their chemistry and mutual respect shine through as they exchange playful jabs during the competition. David, "Don't burn yourself, chef." Jolly, "Worry about your sugar levels, chef." The audience laughs, and it's clear that the two are stealing the show. A cozy rooftop overlooking the city. David surprises Jolly with a private dinner he's prepared. David, "I figured it's time to show you that I'm more than just talk." Jolly, teasing, "Let's see if your cooking is as charming as you are." They share a meal, laughter, and heartfelt conversation. The tension between them softens, and a spark of romance begins to blossom. The restaurant is hosting a high-profile food critic. Jolly and David are tasked with collaborating on the signature dish. Jolly, nervously, "We can't mess this up." David, reassuringly, "We won't. Let's make something unforgettable." They work seamlessly together, their rivalry turning into partnership. The dish is a resounding success, earning praise from the critic. Months later, Jolly and David are co-owners of their own restaurant. The sign above the door reads, "The Culinary Couple." David, "So, what's the secret ingredient to our success?" Jolly, smiling, "Love." They share a kiss as the camera pans out, showing the bustling restaurant filled with happy customers. Midnight recipes. The staff room. Late at night, after an intense dinner service, Jolly and David challenge each other to create a dish using leftovers from the kitchen. As they scavenge through the fridge and pantry, the two chefs discover unconventional ingredients to work with. While playfully arguing over which ingredients pair better, they end up collaborating on a unique dessert. In the process, Jolly shares a story about her grandmother's resourcefulness during tough times, and David opens up about a failed restaurant he ran before finding this job. By the end of the night, they taste their creation, a surprisingly delicious treat, and realize they've inspired each other in more ways than one. A chef's secret. During a quiet afternoon in the staff room, Jolly notices David staring at an old recipe notebook. David reveals that the notebook belonged to his mentor, a renowned chef who passed away suddenly. It contains a half-finished recipe that David has been trying to perfect for years. Jolly offers to help, and together they experiment in the kitchen, combining their culinary styles. As they finally crack the recipe, David admits that he feels like he's honoring his mentor's legacy, and Jolly confesses that she feels closer to her grandmother when she cooks. Their bond deepens as they plate the dish with pride. A regional cooking competition pits Jolly and David against each other. They're on the same team at work, but rivals in the contest. The competition grows fierce as each of them showcases their distinct culinary styles. Jolly's focus on tradition and storytelling versus David's innovative techniques. Tension rises when Jolly discovers David has adapted one of her grandmother's recipes with a modern twist. She feels betrayed, but after tasting his dish, admits it's a brilliant homage. The two chefs reconcile, and David acknowledges that her stories inspired his approach. They both leave the competition with mutual respect and a shared determination to grow as chefs. A night of memories. The restaurant throws a staff party, and the team decides to cook dishes representing their childhood. Jolly and David partner up to create a dish that fuses their unique backgrounds. Jolly's rich cultural heritage and David's flair for reinvention. As they cook, they swap childhood stories, from Jolly's memories of her grandmother teaching her to make stew over an open flame to David's tales of sneaking into the kitchen as a child to experiment with spices. Their dish becomes the highlight of the party, symbolizing the harmony between tradition and innovation. Crisis in the kitchen. A staff room meeting turns into a brainstorming session when a VIP customer requests a last-minute special dish, throwing the kitchen into chaos. Jolly and David, despite their differences, step up as the leaders of the team. They put their heads together to create a dish that combines their strengths. Along the way, they motivate the younger chefs and teach them about handling pressure. In the end, the dish is a success, and Jolly and David are praised for their teamwork. Exhausted but triumphant, they share a quiet moment in the staff room, sipping coffee and acknowledging how much they've learned from each other. The cooking competition announcement. The restaurant dining area, where the owner announces an upcoming cooking competition. The winner gets a chance to work with a renowned chef. Owner, this is a chance to showcase your skills. I expect everyone to bring their A-game. Jolly and David exchange excited glances, both determined to win. Competitive spark. The kitchen is buzzing with excitement after the owner's announcement. Jolly and David, the top two chefs in the restaurant, exchange playful banter that quickly escalates into a challenge. Both are determined to prove they deserve the opportunity to work with a renowned chef. Their contrasting styles become evident during practice sessions. Jolly's approach is experimental, using unconventional combinations and dramatic plating. David's method is traditional, focusing on precision and authenticity in his dishes. Their rivalry motivates the rest of the staff, who split into two groups, Team Jolly and Team David. However, it also creates tension, with the rest of the team caught in the crossfire of their disagreements. During one late-night practice session, David discovers that the key spice for his signature dish is missing. Suspicious, he accuses Jolly of hiding it to throw him off. Meanwhile, Jolly's carefully prepared mousse collapses mysteriously when she leaves it unattended. Each begins to believe the other is sabotaging their efforts. The situation escalates. David accidentally takes Jolly's reserved oven slot, forcing her to improvise. Jolly forgets to restock a crucial ingredient that she knows David needs. Both complain to the owner, who warns them to resolve their differences or risk being disqualified. One evening, Jolly and David's feud reaches its peak when a physical altercation nearly breaks out. However, they're interrupted by a junior chef, Mia, who reveals that she's the one who's been causing the disruptions not out of malice, but because she's overwhelmed by the pressure of competing alongside the seasoned chefs. This revelation forces Jolly and David to reflect on their behavior. They realize that their rivalry has created a toxic environment in the kitchen, affecting everyone else. Reluctantly, they agree to a truce and decide to help Mia develop her skills. As Jolly and David work together to mentor Mia, they begin to respect each other's talents. Jolly learns from David's precision and attention to detail, incorporating it into her creative style. David starts experimenting with bold flavors, inspired by Jolly's fearless approach. Their teamwork breathes new life into the kitchen, and the other staff follows suit. The atmosphere becomes collaborative, with everyone sharing ideas and supporting one another. The day of the competition. On the day of the competition, Jolly and David unveil their dishes. Jolly presents an avant-garde dish with meticulous technique, a nod to David's influence. David surprises everyone with a bold, fusion-inspired plate, showcasing a flair he never had before. Mia also competes, presenting a dish inspired by both mentors. Although the results are not yet revealed, the experience transforms the kitchen dynamic. Jolly and David leave the competition feeling less like rivals and more like partners who have grown through their rivalry. Underdog surprise. The restaurant kitchen and Mia's modest apartment, a week before the competition. Mia's quiet world. Mia, a shy and introverted dishwasher at the restaurant, dreams of becoming a chef. She's often overlooked by her colleagues, who dismiss her as someone unimportant to the high-stakes kitchen environment. After overhearing the announcement of the cooking competition, Mia hesitates but secretly decides to enter. Without formal training, Mia starts practicing in her small apartment kitchen, using borrowed ingredients and recipes she finds online. Her passion and natural talent begin to shine as she experiments with creative, heartfelt dishes inspired by her humble upbringing. A glimmer of encouragement. One night, Jolly catches Mia quietly practicing her knife skills in a corner of the kitchen after hours. Curious, Jolly asks what she's doing. Embarrassed, Mia confesses her aspirations. Instead of dismissing her, Jolly offers some advice on basic techniques and encourages Mia to enter the competition. David, overhearing the conversation, is skeptical. He believes the competition is no place for someone without formal training. This motivates Mia even more, as she feels the need to prove herself not just to David, but to everyone who doubts her. Challenges and setbacks. Mia struggles with balancing her work shifts and late-night practice sessions. Her initial attempts at creating a signature dish are disastrous. Soups that lack depth, sauces that break, and dishes that lack the visual appeal of those created by her experienced colleagues. Adding to her troubles, some of her co-workers mock her for even considering entering the competition. One of them sabotages her ingredients, leaving Mia devastated. However, she finds an unlikely ally in the older sous chef, Clara, who sees Mia's potential and begins mentoring her after hours. Clara teaches her the importance of combining technique with intuition, pushing Mia to refine her unique style. Moment of truth. On the day of the competition, the kitchen is abuzz with activity. Jolly, David, and other competitors showcase their elaborate dishes, each plate a work of art. Mia's turn comes last. She presents a simple yet stunning dish inspired by her childhood. A rustic, flavorful stew paired with freshly baked bread, served in handmade bowls she decorated herself. The judges are visibly moved, not just by the taste, but by the story behind her dish. The unexpected outcome. When the results are announced, Mia doesn't win first place. David does, for his technically flawless creation. However, Mia is awarded a special recognition for her creativity and heartfelt presentation. The renowned chef offers her a chance to apprentice under him, much to the shock of her detractors. Jolly and David, impressed by Mia's resilience, offer her their congratulations. David admits he underestimated her, and Jolly promises to continue helping her grow. Mia's journey inspires the rest of the staff to respect her as an emerging talent in the kitchen. The secret ingredient. The bustling restaurant kitchen and the vibrant farmer's market in the days leading up to the competition. The announcement. The owner gathers the contestants in the dining area to reveal a twist. The competition will feature a secret ingredient that must be incorporated into their dishes. The ingredient will only be revealed at the start of the competition, adding an extra layer of challenge. This announcement throws everyone into a frenzy. Jolly and David, the restaurant's top chefs, decide to head to the local farmer's market for inspiration. Both are determined to anticipate what the ingredient might be and gain an edge by experimenting in advance. The farmer's market encounter. At the market, Jolly and David run into each other while inspecting the same exotic spice stall. Their playful banter quickly turns competitive. Jolly insists the secret ingredient will be something bold and unconventional, like saffron or truffles. David argues it's likely to be a staple with a twist, like heirloom tomatoes or a rare type of mushroom. Both try to outdo each other, purchasing unique items that they believe might match the secret ingredient. During this exchange, they cross paths with Mia, who is quietly buying humble ingredients like potatoes and herbs, fueling speculation about her strategy. Preparation and suspicion. Back in the kitchen, Jolly and David immerse themselves in experimentation. Jolly creates elaborate recipes featuring bold flavors, layering spices and rare ingredients. David perfects classic techniques, believing simplicity and precision will shine. Meanwhile, whispers spread among the staff about what the secret ingredient might be. Some think it's a red herring, while others obsessively research trends in haute cuisine. Suspicion grows between Jolly and David as they catch each other peeking at each other's test dishes, accusing one another of spying. The reveal. The day of the competition arrives. The renowned chef unveils the secret ingredient, a simple lemon. The announcement shocks everyone. Jolly, who had focused on complex, exotic ingredients, feels unprepared for something so basic. David, relieved that his approach aligns with the ingredient, gains confidence. Mia smiles quietly, having anticipated that the ingredient might be something versatile and accessible. The contestants have 2 hours to create their dishes, with lemons as the star. The competition. The kitchen becomes a flurry of activity as the contestants scramble to adapt. Jolly decides to make a bold dessert, a deconstructed lemon tart with unusual spices and dramatic presentation. David crafts a classic but elevated lemon butter chicken with a silky citrus sauce. Mia surprises everyone with a humble yet ingenious lemon-infused potato soup, highlighting the versatility of the ingredient. As time ticks down, tensions rise. Jolly burns her first batch of meringue, but recovers with a last-minute improvisation. David realizes his sauce lacks balance and tweaks it in the final moments. Mia, steady and methodical, finishes early and uses the extra time to perfect her plating. The judging. The renowned chef tastes each dish, offering feedback. Jolly's dessert is praised for its creativity, but criticized for slightly overpowering the lemon's natural flavor. David's chicken is technically flawless but deemed a bit predictable. Mia's soup is declared the most surprising and heartfelt, transforming a humble dish into something extraordinary. To everyone's shock, Mia is named the winner. The chef explains that her ability to elevate simplicity into artistry embodies the true spirit of cooking. Jolly and David, though disappointed, acknowledge Mia's talent and congratulate her. The experience humbles them, teaching them that sometimes less is more. The staff, inspired by Mia's victory, begin to view her as an equal and a rising star in the kitchen. Mia's win also sparks a newfound camaraderie among the team, as they realize that food isn't just about technique or flair, it's about heart, connection, and creativity. The restaurant kitchen during late-night practice sessions, a week before the cooking competition. A spark in the kitchen. Jolly and Sam, a pastry chef with a reputation for being charming and slightly mischievous, start crossing paths more frequently during their late-night practice sessions. Initially, their interactions are lighthearted, sharing tips, borrowing ingredients, and exchanging playful banter. Sam's easygoing nature contrasts with Jolly's intense focus on perfecting her competition dish. Despite their differences, a mutual admiration begins to grow. Jolly is drawn to Sam's creativity and ability to turn mistakes into masterpieces. Sam admires Jolly's determination and passion for her craft. Unbeknownst to Jolly, David notices the chemistry between them and starts to worry that it might distract her from the competition. Flirting and frustration. As the competition draws closer, Jolly and Sam's connection deepens. Sam surprises Jolly with a unique ingredient he discovered at the market, claiming it would pair perfectly with her dish. Jolly, touched by the gesture, begins to open up about her fears of not being good enough to win. Their flirtation becomes the talk of the kitchen, with the other staff making subtle jokes and creating an awkward yet endearing tension between them. Meanwhile, David grows increasingly frustrated, feeling that Jolly's focus is slipping. He confronts her one evening, accusing her of letting personal feelings jeopardize her chances. This leads to a heated argument. Jolly accuses David of being overly controlling and dismissive of her ability to balance work and personal life. David storms off, leaving Jolly questioning whether she's making a mistake. Sam's true intentions. Sam's playful nature takes a competitive turn when he begins teasing Jolly about her chances of winning. At first, Jolly laughs it off, but she starts to suspect that Sam might be more focused on outshining her than supporting her. During a practice session, Sam accidentally uses one of Jolly's ingredients, forcing her to adapt her dish. Although Sam apologizes, Jolly begins to doubt whether his actions were truly accidental. Their relationship reaches a breaking point when Jolly overhears Sam telling another chef that the competition is the perfect opportunity to prove he's the best in the kitchen. Hurt and confused, Jolly confronts Sam, demanding to know if their connection was genuine or just a strategy to throw her off. Reconciliation and growth. Sam, realizing the impact of his words, confesses that he initially saw Jolly as a rival, but genuinely developed feelings for her. He apologizes for his behavior and offers to step back if it means she can focus on the competition. Jolly, though still hurt, decides to forgive him. She acknowledges that she, too, needs to learn how to balance her ambitions with her emotions. With a renewed sense of purpose, she sets clear boundaries with Sam, prioritizing the competition while allowing their relationship to grow naturally. The competition day. On the day of the competition, Jolly presents a dish that reflects her journey, a complex yet balanced creation that combines bold flavors with delicate techniques. Sam, inspired by her growth, creates a dessert that complements her dish, surprising everyone with his support instead of rivalry. Although only one of them can win, the competition strengthens their bond. They share a quiet moment after the event, acknowledging that their connection has made them both better chefs and better people. The contestants eagerly gather at the restaurant for the final briefing before the competition. The owner announces a shocking twist. Instead of individual entries, the competition will be a team-based challenge. Each pair must work together to create a cohesive multi-course meal that highlights their combined strengths. The catch? The teams will be decided randomly. Jolly and David, longtime rivals with clashing styles, are paired together. Both are visibly displeased, exchanging frustrated looks as the other contestants react with a mix of relief and amusement. Clashing styles. Jolly and David's first planning session is tense. Jolly wants to create bold, innovative dishes that push boundaries. David insists on sticking to traditional techniques and tried-and-true flavors. Their initial attempts at collaboration end in disaster. Jolly's suggestion to pair a spicy, unconventional appetizer with David's classic entree leads to a mismatched mess. Arguments erupt over everything from ingredients to plating styles. Meanwhile, other teams seem to be thriving, adding to their frustration. A forced breakthrough. One night, Clara, the wise sous chef, intervenes after overhearing their argument. She reminds them that their differences are not weaknesses, they're strengths. Clara challenges them to see their pairing as an opportunity to create something unique, blending the best of their styles. Reluctantly, Jolly and David agree to a fresh start. They decide to divide and conquer. Jolly will handle the appetizer and dessert, using her creative flair. David will focus on the entree and ensure technical precision. However, they must collaborate on the overarching theme and presentation to ensure the meal feels cohesive. Finding harmony. As they work together, Jolly and David begin to find common ground. Jolly learns to temper her boldness with David's advice on balance and structure. David starts experimenting with new ingredients and techniques under Jolly's guidance, surprising himself with the results. During a late-night brainstorming session, they discover a shared love for childhood comfort foods, sparking the idea to theme their meal around nostalgic flavors reimagined in elegant, modern ways. Their menu starts to take shape. Appetizer. a spicy tomato bisque with a hint of smoked paprika, served with mini grilled cheese bites on artisan bread. Entree, a perfectly seared steak with herb-infused mashed potatoes, paired with Jolly's twist, a tangy, vibrant chimichurri sauce. Dessert, a deconstructed s'mores dish featuring caramelized marshmallow mousse, dark chocolate ganache, and graham cracker crumble. The competition day is a whirlwind of activity. Jolly and David work seamlessly, surprising both themselves and the audience with their newfound synergy. While other teams struggle with communication or pacing, Jolly and David's kitchen hums with efficiency and mutual respect. The judges are impressed by their meal, praising the balance between innovation and tradition. Their shared narrative of blending contrasting styles to create something extraordinary resonates with the audience. The outcome and growth. When the results are announced, Jolly and David don't win first place. The honor goes to a team whose dishes were technically flawless. However, they receive a special commendation for creativity and teamwork, with the renowned chef noting that their meal was the most memorable. Back at the restaurant, Jolly and David reflect on their journey. Their rivalry has evolved into a partnership built on respect and admiration. They agree to continue learning from each other, recognizing that their collaboration has elevated their individual talents. Strange incidents. As the competition approaches, a series of unusual and frustrating mishaps begin to plague the contestants. Jolly finds her perfectly proofed dough ruined with too much salt. David's expensive ingredients for a sauce mysteriously go missing. Mia's knives, which she painstakingly sharpened, are replaced with dull ones overnight. At first, the contestants chalk it up to accidents or oversight, but as the incidents increase in frequency, suspicion spreads like wildfire through the kitchen. The owner holds a meeting, urging everyone to focus on their preparations and warning that any sabotage will lead to immediate disqualification. Despite the warning, tensions rise, with everyone silently wondering who could be behind the sabotage. Jolly and David, usually rivals, decide to team up to uncover the saboteur. Jolly's sharp instincts and ability to read people make her a natural detective. David's methodical nature allows him to spot patterns and clues. They begin observing their co-workers closely, looking for odd behavior or unusual access to supplies. During their investigation, Jolly and David notice that Sam, the charming pastry chef, seems to linger in the kitchen long after his shift. When confronted, Sam brushes it off, claiming he's perfecting his dessert. Mia, overhearing the accusations, defends Sam, arguing that he's always been kind to her. This creates a rift among the group, as suspicions start to turn inward. As practice intensifies, the sabotage escalates. Jolly's signature sauce is mysteriously switched with an inferior version moments before a taste test. David's oven is tampered with, causing his roast to burn. Mia's herbs are replaced with wilted substitutes. The owner installs a security camera in the storage room to catch the culprit, but the saboteur seems to anticipate this and avoids detection. Jolly and David become more determined. They create a plan to set a trap. David leaves a decoy batch of premium ingredients in the pantry. Jolly pretends to leave early but hides in the shadows, keeping watch. The big reveal. Late one night, the trap is sprung. Jolly spots one of the junior chefs, Alex, sneaking into the pantry and tampering with the decoy ingredients. She confronts him, and David arrives just in time to witness the exchange. Under pressure, Alex confesses that he felt overshadowed and unappreciated in the kitchen. Jealous of the attention the competitors were receiving, he resorted to sabotage to level the playing field. The owner is furious when told about Alex's actions and immediately disqualifies him from participating in the competition or working further in the kitchen. With the saboteur caught, the contestants feel a mix of relief and lingering unease. The incidents have left their mark. Jolly and David, through their collaboration, have gained newfound respect for each other's skills. Mia, shaken but determined, vows to let nothing stop her from proving herself in the competition. The team decides to hold a meeting to restore trust and camaraderie. Clara, the sous chef, delivers a heartfelt speech about the importance of unity and lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down. Despite the challenges, the contestants rise to the occasion. The competition is fierce but fair, with everyone focused on their dishes. Jolly, David, and Mia deliver standout performances, each showcasing their resilience and creativity. Though only one can win, the journey has strengthened their skills and their bonds as colleagues. The contestants gather for a briefing. The renowned chef announces a twist. The theme of the competition will be a dish from the heart. Each contestant must create a dish inspired by a deeply personal memory, one that tells a story through flavors. This announcement leaves everyone pensive. While most are excited about the opportunity to showcase their emotions, Jolly struggles to find inspiration. She's always relied on technical skills and bold creativity, but she's unsure how to translate her emotions into her cooking. Meanwhile, Mia is quietly thrilled. She's always believed that cooking is about connecting with people on an emotional level, and this theme feels tailor-made for her approach. Digging into the past, Jolly spends sleepless nights reflecting on her life, searching for a meaningful story. Her memories take her back to her childhood. She recalls her mother's comforting chicken soup, a dish that always made her feel safe during stormy nights. She remembers her father's special Sunday pancakes, a rare moment of joy in an otherwise strict household. Despite these memories, Jolly feels conflicted. Her childhood wasn't perfect, and revisiting these moments stirs up unresolved feelings of love, frustration, and longing. David, noticing her struggle, offers some advice. Don't overthink it. Cook what makes you feel something, even if it's messy. The emotional journey. The kitchen becomes a place of introspection for everyone. Mia decides to honor her late grandmother, who taught her the art of making hand-rolled gnocchi. She works tirelessly to perfect the dish, whispering to herself, "Nana would be proud." David chooses to recreate the first dish he ever made for his family, a simple roast chicken with garlic and rosemary, symbolizing the joy of bringing people together. Jolly experiments with various dishes, but nothing feels quite right. Frustrated, she vents to Sam, who encourages her to embrace imperfection. During a late-night practice session, Jolly finally has a breakthrough. She decides to create a dish inspired by her family's Sunday mornings, a savory pancake stack layered with herb-infused butter and a rich chicken ragu, topped with a drizzle of spicy honey to represent the complexity of her emotions. On the day of the competition, the tension is palpable as each contestant pours their heart into their dishes. Mia's gnocchi is delicate and soulful, served with a simple sage butter sauce that evokes her grandmother's warmth. David's roast chicken is perfectly executed, but the judges note it feels more nostalgic than innovative. Jolly's savory pancake stack surprises everyone with its bold flavors and intricate storytelling. As the judges taste Jolly's dish, she explains its significance. "It's a tribute to my family. Each layer represents a part of our relationship: comfort, complexity, and a little bit of heat." The judges' decision. The judges deliberate, praising each contestant for their emotional depth and creativity. When the results are announced, Jolly wins the challenge, not just for her technical skill, but for the raw emotion she conveyed through her dish. Mia and David are gracious in their defeat, with Mia expressing pride in her work and David teasing Jolly about finally getting in touch with her feelings. Jolly's victory brings a wave of personal growth. She realizes that cooking is more than just technique. It's about connection and vulnerability. She thanks Mia and David for their support, acknowledging that their unique approaches have inspired her to evolve as a chef. Back in the kitchen, the staff celebrates by sharing their own favorite comfort foods, creating a moment of unity and understanding among the team.